The Binance Terra Luna Classic burns are just around the corner. Let's talk about what we can expect to see for the Binance Terra Luna Classic burns and how much this could actually impact the total Terra Luna Classic burning. Now, once the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem upgrades to version 1.1.0, when this proposal finishes in roughly 6 hours from right now, we can expect to see some great news and improvements towards re-enabling the Binance burns. We'll have the tax exemption list for the Binance wallets, the burn tax split, and no reminting of the burn wallet anymore going forward. Now, it's important to note that this upgrade will halt the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem, and we can expect that to happen here in just about a day. Now, when we look at Terra Luna Classic right now, we are just shy of a $1 billion market cap, and we can see that our 24-hour volume is sitting at about $44 million. Our total supply is still shy of 6.9 trillion, and we can see that we're seeing some price movement here in the past couple hours. Right in here, we can see the price has started to go back up. We did come back down a little bit, but we're starting to see some price movement up, and hopefully that trend of price going up continues. Now, with the Binance burn, they're going to be doing a burn for basically 3 months worth of Terra Luna Classic trading fees that they've been accruing, and this will be updated on this page on March 2nd, but the burn should go live on March 1st. And so you might be wondering, okay, we're just a couple of days away from Binance resuming their Terra Luna Classic burns. What can we expect to see as far as the number of Terra Luna Classic actually burned? Well, there was something that I saw in another video earlier today by Classy Crypto. He brought up this article, which I thought was kind of interesting, where they discussed how much Terra Luna Classic might actually be burned by Binance. And the summary here is that they estimate Binance will burn below 10 billion Terra Luna Classic, and that's because of a couple of adjustments. The first major factor is that Binance will be burning 50% of their trading fees instead of the 100% that they used to burn. Another major impact is the changes in volume for Terra Luna Classic trading, and if you guys want to see what those changes actually look like, you can really simply go over here to CoinGecko, scroll down, click on the historical data tab, and you can see on a daily basis what is the market cap and what is the volume and what does the price look like on these different days. Before we get into the spreadsheet of how much Terra Luna Classic Binance might actually burn, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell down below so you don't miss another video just like this. Now, I end up taking those volume numbers that you can get from CoinGecko, that is for all Terra Luna Classic on all platforms, to try and get us an estimate for what we can expect to see for the Binance specific Terra Luna Classic burns. Now, for the month of November, we saw total Terra Luna Classic volume numbers of just shy of $6 billion, and the Binance burns that month was just over 6.3 billion, almost 6.4 billion Terra Luna Classic. This also gave us an average volume for that month of just shy of $200 million per day averaging out. Compare that to the past 90 days roughly, we're seeing a volume closer to $115 million, or almost half as much. Now, this brings the volume for the past 3 months total to about $10 billion, which means that with the Binance burning 50% of their trading fees, we can expect to see roughly about 5.5 billion Terra Luna Classic burn from Binance coming up here in just a couple days. Now, this represents a dollar value at current prices of Terra Luna Classic, roughly around $900,000. Now, there's 2 important factors that this does not account for. The first one is that this is taking into account all volume of Terra Luna Classic traded, not Binance specific. So let's say that Binance maybe was 30% of all Terra Luna Classic volume before, but now they're 40%. That's going to impact how much Terra Luna Classic they actually burn. The second major thing that's not adjusted for here is the price change in Terra Luna Classic when they actually burn their Terra Luna Classic. So what happens is they're going to take the value of the trading fees, and then they're going to buy Terra Luna Classic and then burn it right away. So depending on what the price actually looks like when they go to burn their Terra Luna Classic, we could see this number be changed. And so when we create some allowance for these variables that can't be really accounted for, we get this range of where I expect the Terra Luna Classic burn to come in for Binance, anywhere from 7 billion all the way down to about 4 billion Terra Luna Classic. Now, take this with a grain of salt. The Binance burns could be higher. This is not adjusting for a couple important factors here, but even if we took the previous burn number, we multiply it by 3 because we're burning for 3 months instead of 1 month, and then we divide it by 2 because they're burning 50% of the trading fee, not 100% anymore, you're going to result with roughly 9.5 billion Terra Luna Classic burn from Binance, assuming the volume numbers were the same and the price that they buy in was at the same and a couple other variables. So even in a slightly more optimistic scenario that's not accounting for some of these other factors, you're looking at about 10 billion Terra Luna Classic burn, which matches that previous article of Binance not really burning more than around 10 billion Terra Luna Classic. Now, when we do take a look at the total Terra Luna Classic burned right now, this would have a significant impact, even if we are on the lower side of about a 5 billion Terra Luna Classic burn, because you could see that would put us roughly around that 45 billion total Terra Luna Classic burn, which is a significant increase from the Terra Luna Classic that we're burning right now. Now, if you want to know the potential of the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem, check out this video here, and I'll catch you all in the next one.